Cowboy Frog says every cloud's got a silver lining, but some are just full of rain. But no matter what the forecast is saying, be sure to bring a hat with you. Plus, it helps you look like a total Studley McMuffin. Cowboy Frog says even if the fish ain't biting, you're still out basking in Mother Nature. And you could be having it way worse. You could be having heartburn or pooting uncontrollably. Fartburn. Now, I've never been on that show Hot Ones, but I bet people on that show experience that. Cowboy Frog says laughter is the best medicine, but a campfire story comes pretty close. Keep the tales alive, and if you ain't down with cozy culture like that, jump into a big warm pile of laundry. That might unlock something for you didn't even know was there. Cowboy Frog says, don't cry over spilt oat milk, but cry all you dang want over spilt coffee. That stuff's sacred. And don't even get me started on Swiss Miss. Don't you do it. I tell you, I'm about to flood something that'll rival the Mississippi if this keeps up. Cowboy Frog says, every sunset is a reminder that endings can be beautiful. Don't fear the dusk, because the stars that follow are little reminders that there's always a little light, even in the darkest hours. Cowboy Frog says, if your boots are too clean, you ain't been living. Get a little dirt on them. Just make sure that what you're stepping in is actually dirt, and not mud either. You get what I'm saying? It's poo. I'm talking about poo. Cowboy Frog says, the stars don't shine for just one person, and neither does the campfire. Share the light, friends. There's always room for a bit more of that cozy glow in the darkness. Cowboy Frog says, there's no such thing as too much pie, unless it's someone else's slice. Share when you can, people, and be careful out there. You don't want to end up on the business end of a dessert fork. Been there a few times myself, and them things hurt. Cowboy Frog says, always tip your hat, even if it's to a stranger. There ain't a penny spent on being cordial. And if they don't tip their hat back, that's fine. But maybe let out a little toot. That says to them, I know what you did. Cowboy Frog says, you can't lasso every problem, but you can outsmart most of them. Your wits are your biggest boon. That is, unless you own a gorilla named Boone. Then I guess Boone's your biggest boon. Cowboy Frog says, don't rush the river. It flows when it's ready. Patience, partner. Life might feel like one of them crazy Splash Mountain raft rides sometimes, but there's nothing better than the calm after the crazy. Or an ice pack after getting hit in the face with a salmon that's going about 40 miles an hour. Cowboy Frog says, when life gives you lemons, hang a wedge of that sucker on a sweet tea. That right there is the cowboy way, and proof that the bitter and the sweet can be good buds. Cowboy Frog says, laughter ain't just the best medicine. Sometimes it's the cure. Even when the going gets tough, sometimes we just gotta laugh. And if you're having trouble with that, check out that movie, Tommy Boy. I like that one. Cowboy Frog says, every cowboy's gotta have grit. But don't forget your wit. they're both mighty useful. And also, if you're looking for a grit for breakfast, make sure you order more than one. Them dang things are tiny. Cowboy Frog says, even the swamp's gotta freeze, so it can thaw out and be even better than before. With every season comes a little wisdom, and usually some little chickadees and a puppy. Man, springtime sure is awful cute. Cowboy Frog says, it's not the size of the pond, but it's the size of the ripples you make. One time I threw the stone in the pond, and the next thing I knew, this big old catfish done jumped up and snagged me and started hauling ass down through the pond, and I was all like, help, help. He wasn't letting off that thing, so I started smushing him and poking him in the eyeballs till finally he spit me back up on the creek bank, and I was laying there all like, what the heck was that for? Dang old catfish. Anyway, go make some waves of your own, folks. Cowboy Frog says, don't y'all think it's kind of funny how certain frogs and toads seem to have human butt cheeks? And you know what that says to me? Maybe we're all a lot more alike than we think. Cowboy Frog says, not every hill is worth climbing, but every valley has a lesson. Learn from where you've been, partner. That's how we learned to do that super cool move from the Matrix movies. But instead of dodging bad guys, we're catching them little blueberry muffin things in our mouths. Cowboy Frog says, if you're always looking back, you'll miss the sunrise ahead. Keep your eyes on the horizon, friends. One of the best parts about the dawn is that it's a fresh start every time. Cowboy Frog says, even a slow hop forward beats standing still. Progress is progress, partner. Being in traffic is bad enough, but when you're on horseback, brother, them things let the poots fly. I've never tried looking, but I bet they're running at least a 6-cylinder in there. Cowboy Frog says, when the campfire really gets roaring, that's when the best stories start. And usually the real spooky ones, too. Ain't nothing like some good friends and a spooky story by the fire with your holy crap, what was that? Y'all heard that too, right? I'm not scared, you're scared. Cowboy Frog says, you can't be everything to everybody. That's like trying to ride 2 horses with 1 saddle. Sometimes we just gotta pick a trail and stick to it. And hopefully not because somebody spit their gum out where you're walking. Nasty. Cowboy Frog says, the best campfire stories always have a little truth to them, no matter how crazy the legend may be. Keep on a-kicking them metaphorical butt cheeks, friends, cause maybe one day they'll be telling your stories over the campfire, while they're inevitably burning the ever-living heck out of them marshmallows. I mean, I ain't never cooked a one right. Cowboy Frog says, you don't need a crowd to hear your own voice. Say what you mean to say, partner, even in the quiet times. Cause sometimes hearing yourself say it is all the motivation you need. Just like when I say, pancakes. Whew! Cowboy Frog says, every storm passes, but it always leaves the ground a little softer. And tillable land, that is where growth starts, partner. Think about it. Cowboy Frog says, a cowboy without a plan is just a tumbleweed blowing in the wind. Get your map ready, partner. There's gold in them there ding-dang dad Jiminy darn hills, brothers and sisters. And we are about to strategize. I'm basically saying seize the day with some light planning. Okay, love you. Bye. Cowboy Frog says it's okay to rest them old frog legs. But don't hang up your spurs too long. Dreams don't wait forever. But there ain't no dreams coming true if you're plumb wore out. So, I guess back to that whole leg resting thing then. Cowboy Frog says, don't let your boots get stuck. The mud is just trying to hold you back. Keep on moving, partner. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if somebody's a bud or if they're the mud. But when a true bud is walking with you, you ain't never gotta worry about seeing dirty tracks on the trail behind y'all. Cowboy Frog says, the best path forward ain't always the straight one. Sometimes you gotta zigzag, do a little wiggling, and even bounce on them old cheeks to find out where you're going. You might get a bruise or two, but what doesn't put another crack in that rump makes us stronger. Cowboy Frog says, be good to your fellow humans and animals. Kindness is a currency. Also, if you go around being a big old butt cheek, do you think the angels are really going to want to smash like and subscribe to your live channel with that kind of behavior? No sirree!